Hi Gemini, it's Becky, and it is time for our December 2017 reading. We are focusing again on love this time, as we usually do. Now, we're going to be using Wheel of the Year Tarot, which is a beautiful deck. We've used it many times and it's quite chatty. If we need clarification during the reading, I'll be accessing the Rider-Waite deck. And of course, we will crown the reading with some of the oracle card decks I have here at hand. Archangel Michael is wanting to weigh in, I feel, on all the readings today. We will be pulling from there. And we have the Romance Angels oracle card deck. And if we should need them, messages from your angels as well. Now we're going to be doing our 5-card relationship spread. And this, of course, is a general reading, so just keep that in mind that not all of the messages will apply to you. Maybe they will, but maybe they won't. So just take what you will and leave the rest, because the other messages that don't apply to you probably are meant for other people who happen upon the channel. Now, in the reading today, it will be about you and whoever is foremost in your mind as you find this reading today. If there's no one in your mind, then these energies will play out in such a way that you will be able to get insight into your own vibrational set point, which serves to attract the same set point to you. So it will help you to know where you are energetically and how to up-level that so that you can attract the love that you want. Or I should say, not necessarily the person, exactly, but the love that you want, whether it is in the form of someone you already know or someone you have yet to meet. Okay, now let's see what else we need to work on today, or actually say. Oh yes, I just remembered. So one thing you need to keep in mind as we go through the readings today, if there is an energy that comes up that doesn't resonate with you or feel kind of sit right with you, that's fine. Remember, these cards that we do today are all representing energies, and you know, you can choose to work with any of the energies that come up today, or you can choose to not work with them. You always have free will, Gemini, and that is your divine right and your divine gift, and therefore, remember, you always have free will regarding the energies that come up today. Okay, so I will be also offering a discounted personal reading for December, as well as gift certificates, and I have written all that information in the box below. So let's get going here. Angels, we are sitting here with Gemini, and we are in December 2017 here on planet Earth. And the first card we need information on, angels, is what is the general situation between Gemini and the object of their desire. Gemini and the object of their desire. Gemini. Oops. Okay. Okay. I think we'll just keep those over here. There's 2 that came out. Angels, how does Gemini, how does the person that Gemini is thinking about, or the person that Gemini is dreaming about, that may still exist on the ethers, how is this person feeling about Gemini in December 2017? How is the other person feeling about Gemini in 2017, December? Gemini 2017, there it is. Angels, how is Gemini feeling about this other person, or the person of their dreams who they connect with on the ether as we speak? There it is. Angels, what are the obstacles to a relationship developing between Gemini and the other? Gemini and the other. Angels, what is the outcome or advice you wish to give us today that will help Gemini in this situation? The advice, or there it is. Thank you. Okay, thank you, angels. Let's go over now, and we're going to turn over the cards one by one. Now, in position 1, we have 2 cards that came out, and we will take them together. The King of Wands here, and the Nine of Swords, and we will be taking those together. The next position, we have King of Cups. Next, we have Nine of Cups, Ten of Swords. Ah, lovely, the Lovers. Okay. Gemini, we asked our angels to give us information regarding the situation between you and the object of your desire, whether this person is known to you in the 3D or whether they somehow are just connecting with you on a soul level and they're still out into the ether somewhere, that you're yet to meet them in the 3D. But we have this. Okay, so what we have is we have the King of Wands and we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, yes, I just heard there's a push-pull. There's a push-pull. I just heard that, and I don't know if it means between you and the other person or within your own heart or even in the other person's own heart. Now, this energy here, represented by the King of Wands. Well, the king here is a fiery king. He's passionate. He's quick to action. Action is what he's all about. He's dynamic. He's forthright. He's just, honorable. He says what he means, and he means what he says. You can rely on this king. He is passionate and quite sexy, quite ardent in love. That's the energy of this king. Now, this could represent a person, and Gemini, you're usually not showing up as the King of Wands because you're an air sign, and this is representing fire because it is a wand suit. However, if this is you, Gemini, then in the month of December, you are feeling this ardent passion, this urge to move forward, this urge to make things happen. And I just heard, make your case. If this person here is not you, Gemini, if it is the other person that you're thinking about as you came across the reading today, or a person whose soul is somehow out into the ether and you're connecting on some sort of a soul level but not in the 3D, then the other person would embody the characteristics that I just named to you. Now, if this is not either you or the other person, then what this represents is an energy. So we could say that the energy surrounding you and the other is one of great passion, an urge to merge, as it were, an urge to get going and get this thing moving forward and taking action and not thinking about it too much, just jumping in and taking action and being direct and yet passionate, ardent, fiery. It's going to be different for all of you. Now, what Spirit has also given us is this one, the Nine of Swords, in combination with this king. So the general situation, while it may be this, as we just described, it is also colored by anxiety, an anxiety energy, an energy of worry, an energy of anxiety, an energy of just having this feeling like, just let me out of here. I'm worried. I'm worried about, being stuck and trapped behind those 9 swords. Oh, it's giving me nightmares. I'm having nightmares. I can't sleep. I don't know what to do. I'm anxiety ridden. I'm worried. I'm stressed out. I just don't know what to do. Maybe pacing the floor, whatever it is, I can't sleep. So I just heard, when love is forming between two people, it's been written about through the centuries how it can cause the lovers, each one of them, to not be able to sleep and not be able to eat when you're in love. And it's common knowledge that is some of the anxiety that we experience. And it's exciting at the same time, yet it causes this anxiety. And that's kind of this dichotomy that we see here. Exciting, passionate, a fiery feeling, ardent feelings coming up inside, and yet at the same time we can't eat, we can't sleep, we're worried. What if we do this wrong? What if we do that wrong? What if we say the wrong thing? These kinds of feelings can come up when the situation is one of great passion, or the potential for great passion, or you're full of passion yourself and you're just bursting to share that in close communication with another on an intimate level. It's going to be different for everybody out there. Let me see if there's anything else I need to say. Going back to that back and forth, off and on, hot and cold, cold, hot. If you or the other person, and you Gemini, tend to be more prone to this two-sided energy, it sometimes is quite enigmatic, but yet quixotic to others, not other Geminis who experience that same hot and cold, on and off, one way and then the other way. But other signs of the zodiac tend to be mystified by that. It's almost like two people they're dealing with, and they never know which one they're getting. So, yes, okay. So it could be you that's doing this off and on thing, hot and cold thing. It could be the other person, off and on, hot and cold. It is said that when people do that, sometimes they're maybe, they're anxious about something, or they're worried about something, or maybe, their needs aren't getting met in some way. And so they don't, they're confused by their own feelings, and they're not sure of them. And so this can be an internal struggle of hot and cold, and it could be one that's manifesting on the outer plane between you and this other person. Just food for thought. It's going to be different for everyone, but it can play out in so many ways. Hopefully one of those will shed some light on it for you. Now, how is the other person feeling about you, Gemini? They're feeling this. We have the King of Cups. Now, this is a mature person. Whether it's male or female is no matter here. It is representing a mature person who knows what they want. They have the maturity in love to offer it, and they have the maturity in love to handle this deep emotion that we call love. And indeed, this man here, whether it be man or woman in real life, this person here is offering this cup. He has it in his hand, and he can easily offer it. And he's well set up, so to speak, grounded. He's on his throne. His feet are on the ground. He's matured, whether it be in years or whether it be just emotional growth or both. He is matured, and he's like a fine wine, so to speak. He has many levels of, many nuances of flavor, many nuances of emotion that he holds in this cup, and he is willing to offer it. He's ready. In other words, he's ready to engage on an intimate level with you, Gemini. He or she, whoever it is. How are you really feeling about them? Gemini, look at this. We have the Nine of Cups with this little lucky ladybug in the foreground here. Now, these people are celebrating. Why are they celebrating? Well, obviously, they're having a joyous occasion here, and they're picnicking, and they're raising a toast. Why are they raising a toast? Well, because Lady Luck, which is represented by this lucky ladybug, has smiled on them. The Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. So my guess is, Gemini, you really feel like that this person, whoever they are, man, it's a wish come true to you. To you, they are a wish come true. Or if they're not yet in your life, this is what you're wishing to draw in. Very simple there to see that. I mean, you're both on the same page, which is a good thing to see. So we'll have to go back and revisit why that hot and cold is showing up, or maybe it's just a little bit of anxiety because you are both on the same page, and it's like, whoa, 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 we're on the same page. It's go time. It's go time to make it happen. Now, what are the obstacles to something developing here, or taking it up a notch if it's already started, or drawing this person to you into your life, in real life, in the 3D? And this is the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords, representing obstacles here that need to be dealt with, is a card of completion of cycle. So, the Nine of Swords is complete angst, and the Ten of Swords is the end of the angst, putting it to rest and closing this cycle of worry, fear, angst, feeling, like you can't sleep and you don't know what to do. And maybe there's some, what's the word I want? Vestige is the word. There's a vestige of old anxiety and pain, maybe stemming from previous love cycles in your life. And by that, I mean previous relationships. And this may be, part of what the other person is dealing with as well. But it seems to be, because it's in the general situation between you and the other person, it seems to be kind of both of you. And, if you live long enough on planet Earth, which thank God we are all here listening to this together, you go through a few ups and downs in the love arena as we go through life, and that's part of our lessons. That's part of our learning. That's part of the Earth curriculum that we came here to learn. And it always develops our soul. And the universe is always there to support us through this journey. And so, really, this isn't really an obstacle. It's just saying to you, Gemini, whatever came before that caused you unease or anxiety, put it to rest and leave it there. Turn around and walk out of that situation. Leave it buried and walk away into the light, into this. Okay, and sure enough, if you can walk away from whatever has caused you anxiety or pain before and leave it buried, walking into the light, what do you have? Wow, look at this, Gemini. The Lover's card has come out again. It seems to be coming out for a lot of people today. And this is the major arcana, the Lovers. What does this mean? Major arcana, if you are familiar with these energies, is a very powerful archetypal energy. And it signifies that there is a blessing from God's source creator for this union of whatever kind of union it is, whether it doesn't matter the genders, it doesn't matter any of that. What matters is that there is a blessing, there is spiritual support for this tying together of these. It's not really tying, but it's symbolized by this ribbon that sort of unites these two souls who have love for each other and who have been brave enough to close the cycle that maybe would have kept them apart, and this personal pain, whatever has gone on before. Close that cycle from the past, leave it dead and buried in the ground, and walk into your new cycle, which is this. Now, it doesn't have to be a traditional marriage that's being sanctified here, but what it is, it's a step up from wherever you are now. Of course, if you are at that point where the next step could be marriage or engagement, and sometimes it happens rapidly, yes, that could be what's up for you. But it could just mean a step up from casual dating to a more committed relationship. And you know all the other variations in between. And this is definitely blessed. All right. So, very interesting reading here. Very interesting. Lots of promise once those anxieties are put to rest. Let's go ahead now. You know what? I'm going to take a clarifier card on that Ten of Swords. Angels, clarifier, please, for Ten of Swords. Thank you. Let's just look a little bit more at that. Whoa. Okay, so we asked we ask the angels to give us a clarifying card for what this Ten of Swords represents, the obstacle card, and it is the Devil. Now, I don't always read the Devil as a negative card, but what it means here is it is describing this situation, which is allowing yourself to get carried away, or the other person get carried away into negative thinking, negative self-talk, mourning something that's long gone, and holding on to old pain when the cycle is over. Time to put it to rest, bury it, and walk away. And the Devil corroborates what we just said with this Ten of Swords, in that the Devil symbolizes, it can symbolize a lot of things, but basically it can symbolize unhealthy relationships that cause pain, that cause obsession. It can even symbolize old addictions, whether they be to shopping, to spending money, to using credit cards excessively, to the traditional alcohol, drugs, sex, that's unhealthy. So basically, put that to rest. Whatever unhealthy habits, whatever unhealthy mindset, Spirit's saying, just put that to rest, because this is what's on offer to you, sweet Gemini. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to look at the Romance Angels. Romance Angels, Gemini, for 20... Whoops, they want to talk right away. Yep, there it is. I could have guessed it. Gemini, we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Beautiful card. And that sure does seem to replicate the energies of the lovers. And also what we said about this offer from the other person perhaps coming forth. Archangel Michael wants to weigh in. Archangel Michael, words of advice for Gemini for 2017 December. Archangel Michael, Gemini, 2017 December. There it is. Okay, Archangel Michael says, have a sense of humor. And I think, when you put that to rest, I think you'll definitely be able to look at it with a more positive view as to how it actually helped your soul grow, as to bring you to this moment where you can embrace this. Gemini, the prayer on the card says, thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation, which may even be all this hot and cold stuff and... This is so funny. Thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. Human nature being wanting all this passion, but yet being scared of it. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. Definitely what we've been saying here about this healing, and it will attract love. And I just got angel bumps, and that means that we are right on point with this. Gemini, it's such a lovely reading. I want to thank you for joining me for December. I wish to wish all of you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate in this beautiful month. Also, I want to thank you for joining me. On my trusty subscribers, and also those of you who found us today, please join and subscribe. We would love to have you join us every month. And I guess that's about it. So Gemini, I wish you peace, richest blessings, and love beyond your wildest dreams. And so it is, and so we let it be.